All right, get in here, get in here. I see you, I see you. I see you, I see you. Get in here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, hey, hey. Time for a little chat, chat. Time for a little chat, chat. Come on in the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all thought I forgot to say what they be saying. Hit the like button. Share the channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Anything that I say will not be held against me in the court of law. Everything on this channel is operating under the disclaimer, copyright disclaimer section 107 and blah, 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 and all the intents and criticism is protected by that order. We're down to one. I'm going to let the chat run till I see some people. And it's funny because I'll come on this live, nobody appears. But then I'll be doing work or daily activities and my phone will ring. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. But anywho, I was checking in to see how y'all dealing with this upcoming election that's about to take place. I don't want to know whose side you're on or what you feel like you should do. Do what you're going to do, how you do it, when you do it. It is what it is. Hello, Jana. Yeah, that's coming up. So hopefully all of these people out here are prepared. Listening to the preponderance amount of people that has their perception and their views on these candidates that are running out here. But hopefully everybody will pick up their own materials and do their own research and not allow commentators being as vocal as they can be with helping you make up your mind about what's best for you. Their perception is their perception, and yours is going to be yours. What fits for their needs may not fit for yours, so you better choose wisely on what you are hoping to achieve as far as your life situations when it comes to electing presidents. I be listening to some of these YouTube creators out here, and they'll be sitting over here like, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up, shut up, shut up. Just shut up. Because the views that you are putting out, you can clearly see that they are your personal views, your vendetta, your, how you feel. Anywho, y'all, I be sitting over here watching it, right? And I be like, sometimes I listen to both candidates, and sometimes I'll hear a spew of, okay, I don't know if you can do that. Okay, I don't know if that, but like I say, that's for, the way that I feel of how something would fit in my life. Now, when it comes to all of the Americans who are choosing to vote, what I can't understand is how all Americans don't want, the same thing as far as, to live out here for your health, for finances, for your businesses that you go to. Things like, I'm like, what is really going on? Why is it so separated? What's going on? Anywho, y'all, I was watching. I had to go, to go take it way back, especially when I listened to the T Boy, right? The ex president, right? What number is he? 40, 40 what? What number is Trump? Maybe I'll start saying that. Hi, Arla. Hi, Miss Brown. I was listening to him, and then I was like, this man reminds me of a president that I was watching a while back on a documentary, right? And you know who it was? Truman. I believe it was Truman. So I don't know how many of you guys may go back into the old presidency cabinet, right? And kind of listen to some of their speeches, listen to some of the things that they fought for, that they didn't fight for, that, and now listen, I was listening to Trump. I was like, boy, you sound just like Trump. When I think of Trump, let me tell y'all what I think about. And it's just my personal view, right? Those ways, all of those ways that was going on back in the early 1900s, right? And I remember the one time from the one of the documentaries that I was watching, how they were I don't know if it was Pennsylvania, and it was something, right? And one of the presidents tried to stop this Slavery Act thing, right? And then, so what they did back in the South back then, they took and said that the bill that they were passing for them to cease it, right, was not pertaining to them. They were kind of like what they call sovereign, right? And that law just did not apply to them. So they were still able, it might have been voting or something, right? They were still able to kind of keep some of the Black Americans, well, most of them, or if not all of them, for, being a part, I believe it was for voting or something, right? And the one president, I got to remember his name, he had stepped up and fought them really, really hard, about the situation. But yet then there was a president, Truman, who was all for it. But anywho, I'm going to look that back up. I'm going to try to come on Saturday so I can have all the accurate information. But that's when I hear Trump speak, that's who he reminds me of that president there, right? So on the other hand, then you got Kamala, right? I'm gonna tell you something else though before I go to Kamala, right? And Kamala is passionate. At least that's what she is portraying out here to the American people. You know, she cares. She tends to want to deal with things in a more humble and stabilizing position. You know, if she feels that she can get a lot of things resolved, you know, that way. But I'm going to go to that in a second because I got to put this out there on some of the content YouTube creators out there, right? But um, well, I might as well go ahead on and say that while it's on my mind. The YouTube creators that are out there that are trying to be so convincing about what Kamala is not doing or not doing, and she's this and she's that. Most of them only pinpoints one main narrative about Kamala, and that is her being, I guess, passive about this whole sex gender, thing, this whole, those same sex type of things. And she was involved in this and she was involved in that. And I'm saying to myself, so was all of them. So were all of them, And I'm like, what I don't get is how a YouTube creator, every time election comes around, you find your little blueprints of stuff to throw out there to the people on things that you don't like about a certain president, right? But you don't point out the things that is quite similar to what was said to the previous president. The same shit was said, and the shit was said about the last one, shit was said about the last one. So it's like, shut up. I be over here saying, shut up. Hi, Petey. How you doing? How you doing? So, hi, Shannon. So, I just be sitting over here laughing my ass off. Just shut up. Sometimes, and I know it's for educational purpose only, right? To get people to be more awakened to helping you select in case you have missed something important pertaining to these candidates right here, right? But I believe that when you hear it from a YouTube creator out here, right, it is very, very, very important for you to even jot down what they say and go and look it up. Go look this shit up. Now, I hear all of these people saying, well, oh, it's this one guy that came that I clicked on today, right? So he come on, he's a black American, and he started talking about how Kamala sits up there and she has this little chuckle, in her spirit where she's a laughing person, right? I wouldn't quite say that she has that laughing disease because we know what those are people that after every period they kind of laugh, behind some things. And she doesn't do that. So I wouldn't quite say that she has that laughing disease. I think that her laughter comes from the interviewer asking her something humorous, and she'll find something to respond in a humor manner, but they have taken that and ran with that. So now I say to myself, well, would you rather for her to be sitting up there all disgruntled like the president? The president jokes are not funny at all, none of them. But this one black American, he comes on and he gets to talking about these characteristics of Kamala. And I'm saying, well, that's not fair because Trump has some about him. But this is what I'm talking about is who they don't like, and you put that person out here as dirty as hell as you possibly can. And it just irritates me. It is so irritating to see that us, as humans just can still do this because you don't like a person. Your job is to put this person out here in the worst case scenario as you can think of, right? So, but this leads me back to the spiritual, a view of this situation, right? When I see people doing this, even with these YouTube creators out here that be doing this type of shit, like, you going to hell. Like, you're going to hell. And I'm not the person to say they are. This is just my thought, right? And I be, don't you ever come out here and be talking about anything of the goods of the Lord, because you show your hand. Like, you don't know these people personally, but you can sit up here and be like, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be listening to a few of them, right? And I swear, y'all, if I'd be wishing I had the damn plug. Shut up. Shut your ass up. Like, just shut up. And another thing that gets me, like, they all have the fucking answers. And it's so irritating. You have the answers to make the world better. You have the answers. You have the answers. But ain't none of you on no damn ballot to run for nothing. But they got all the freaking answers in the world. It's irritating to me. It's irritating to me. So I don't know. I wish they would all just stop talking about each other. Stop talking about the president. Start, because I got to tell y'all about, I know y'all don't like it, but my super tiff down there. Same thing with her, right? But to the YouTube creators that has their perspective on who you think is the best candidate to run as president, and then sit with your hands underneath your ass and want to talk about the opposing side, right? Just keep in mind, one thing you got to keep in mind, you're not the only one that is watching these debates, these interviews. You're not the only one. So when you have your perception, that's exactly how normal people should be looking at it. It's just their perception. And you right, Petey, so that it don't irritate me, because we all deal with a level of selective hearing. We all deal with that. And you only going to hear literally like what you really are tuned in to hear. And if you don't hear it come out of that person's mouth, now that person is susceptible to getting talked about because that person didn't tell you what you wanted to hear. And I was about to say it, Petey. I ain't gonna say it no more. It's just crazy. Maybe I'll say that. I've never ever really imagined that social media was going to be the place where the entire Black Americans became the smartest goddamn people in the world, but yet then, looking at the statistical facts of shit, we complained about all of the low end jobs that we end up going to go do. I be trying to make some damn sense of this shit. You so damn smart. Why the hell aren't you not out there running for president, or for a general of this, or the secretary of the state for this? No. You had your ass over there working at Burger King, working at McDonald's, working at the hotels, working in the auto industry, working over in the paralegal lane, or this or that. But everybody's so goddamn smart. I can't understand that shit to save my life. Something is about to happen big. Something ain't right. You know what I predict? Oh, no, never mind. Because my prediction don't even freaking matter. But I try to refrain from being so vocal, on it. At this point, it's almost like, just, man, may the best man win. And another thing that I hear some YouTube creators won't even freaking talk about, won't even break, like Trump. I'm getting all these flyers coming in the mail, and I'm sure you all are too, right? They coming through like goddamn wildfire, okay? And eventually it'll taper off and your mail will be back to normal. They look at all this money that they're wasting on all of this political mailing stuff. Look at all of this money, y'all. They printing this stuff, they writing this. A lot of it is good information, but then a lot of it is garbage information, right? Making up things as they go along. I got a flyer today. I ripped it up though. I can actually show y'all, but I'm not dressed. Just sitting here in the pajamas because I'm just chilling, waiting on I put me some lasagna in the oven, so I'm waiting on the timer to go off on the oven. And I have to get back up at 6:30 in the morning. So, but anywho, not on me right now. Trump on one of the flyers, it says on there, Trump plans to eliminate taxes on tips and overtime if you're doing overtime. I want to know, somebody need to break it down for me. I always drop my link in because it could be something that I could be missing on there. Now, the last time I checked, your overtime pay, unless they're going to be, maybe this is where I just had a thought, adjusting your federal taxes on your check. I don't know. Anywho, you won't even know unless your pay stub or your financial sheet, if you take time to go through it and follow through where the breakdown is and every penny is, going and coming, right? Which I'm pretty sure your human resources don't do that on your pay stub. They just got on there all your FICA stuff. Blah, 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 state, da, 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 Social Security, blah, 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 blah. So if he's planning on doing no taxes on the overtime that you do, somebody please explain to me, how the hell would you know that? How would you know that? Because I won't see that. It will not say on my pay stub from the overtime hours that I work that I've gotten all of my money. It's always have been included in your 40 hours of work week. Combine the total up. They put the percentage on it that this comes out, this comes out, this comes out, this comes out, right? And so how the hell will I know? To me, with him saying something like that, then you're gonna pass a bill that we gonna get some separate checks around here. One check gonna be all your overtime money from for dollar for dollar. And then the other check gonna be for all of the other exemptions that are supposed to, come out of your check, due to taxes, right? I mean, it's like, break this stuff down to the simplest form. What exactly do you mean that the overtime will not be taxed? What exactly do he mean that there will not be any taxation on tips? He used the example when he had that one debate. I do not remember what state he was in, when um, they were talking, a waitress or whatever, and when the waitress stood up, I guess, I don't know if he pointed her out or whatever, she the one uttered out, "Oh, no taxes on tips." And then Trump comes behind her and then he says, "You're right. We're doing no taxes on tips." That wasn't him that said that. That was a spectator or maybe a paid, well, what do you call those people that come out, sponsor? I don't know. But that wasn't him that said that. And I'm watching this on TV. And I was like, what she say? Oh, she's talking about no. So now you mean to tell me that uh someone who probably don't vote or nothing and just showing up, who knows, I don't know, or paid or whatever, utters out this no taxes on tip, and he utters behind her, "That's right, that's what we're going to do, no taxes on tip." And you mean to tell me that 2024, this is election time, and he just now thinking about no taxes on tip when he was just in the presidency? Why didn't that shit occur to him then? I'm trying to understand. I'll be trying to, I'm like, what in the fuck? If this is such a great idea, why was it not implemented then when he had the hot seat? Why now? Oh, sounds good to all the waitresses. Sounds good to who else get tips out here? Well, a lot of people get tips, right? To the cab service man, to the Uber driver man, those people, sounds good to them all because I need their vote. So somebody explain to me, what is it that makes him a better candidate over Kamala or Kamala over Trump, when the hell they all do the same thing, same damn thing. Solicit for your vote. Not even really. I I've heard Kamala say sometimes behind some of her things that I promise you that this is going to happen. I promise you that this is going to happen. I don't think that I've heard Trump say, at least I can't recall. Trump says, uh, I promise you that when I get into office, that this is going to happen. And I get it that each opposing side has to have their campaigning people to put the information out to discourage you from voting from their ops, and I get all of that. But when I tell y'all, they sit out here and say how America is broke or whatever. Nah, this country got money. Cause they be spending money up the asses. You know what else though? I don't see. I'm gonna tell y'all what else though. Just campaign promises. That's it. But, you know, boy, I got a whole lot of ideas, y'all. I be saying in my head, y'all better not ever let me get on this president seat. I be saying my dumb ass have all this shit fixed up. I promise you that. One thing for sure, and two things for certain. And they always say when you have too many Indians and not enough chiefs, it's going to keep everything divided, confused, separate. It just does that. So, and I understand that this administrative board have to have so many people because there's so many things to do. It's so many jobs that has to be taken care of, but it also causes so much confusion because the way that we were created, and that was to think, use your own common sense, paralleling to how you would like things to be to yourself. So when they get up there and they get around all these boards of this and commissioners of this, you got Billy over there thinking one way, Bob thinking one way, Tracy thinking one way, Tam, Patrick, everybody thinking one way. So now they all got to fight to see what's sustainable, what's suitable, what's perfect for the people. And it's always gonna be one, two, or three of them like, nah, fuck that. I ain't on board with that. Nah, hell no. But when you listen to them, it's like, yeah, that makes sense for the American people. So why would you have an opposing team of 12 to 15 members over there saying, no, or this not what we want? Just like when they sent out the stimulus checks, right? And we got hit with whatever that virus was, or something, right? They sent money out, right? One time, 700 and blah, blah, blah. How in the hell do you not want to take care of the people? And the basis of the argument was about, well, it's going to put us in 8 billion of deficiency in the world. As much goods that they have coming in and out of this freaking country, the same way how China does, same way how Australia, all these other freaking countries that we buy from them, well, they buy from us. How do I feel about North Carolina only getting 750. I, this is what I'm speaking on though. When it comes to putting together a team, and we're talking about livelihoods, we're talking about drastic things that happens to us by what Mother Nature, whatever the cause may be. You see the damages on here. Now, what has to be done, well, and I know I can't, I'm just hypothetically speaking though right now, Petey, right? Take take the 2 billion from the richest person out of his fuck. Just take it and bring his ass down here and let's see how $750 would do for him. It's like let's see how would he cope with it? Would he be okay with it? But see, because they know that the majority rule down here is not sitting with 2 billion or 28 million in their account. And they know that at any point of life circumstances and disasters and things like that, all they have to do is just throw us that little medium of a bone, just the little middle part of it. We'd be happy. We'd be happy. What would what would fix some situation like that, PD, if it was, if it was me? Another Million Man March. See, they don't hear Americans no more. They know that they could just throw it to you. You're gonna be fine. Do you know how quick and fast people gonna be in a hurry? $750. Well, that's more than the $35 that they have. They gonna take that money. Stop. How many do you think will return it? That's a question. How many people do you think will return that 750? Say this ain't enough. It's not too many of them. It's not too many. When they have these opposing teams and they go through their budget and we can only do this and we can only do that. They count up all the people that they have. Okay, we gonna send the 750 this one time, and in the next, 6 months we'll send this, because of the furlough and blah blah blah. They got so many goddamn reasons to not take care of Americans, but when it comes to I don't know where we are in the numbers because I don't track all that stuff with working Americans that is paying into the tax. They're pulling in trillions. And I understand that those trillions of dollars has to be cut down like a pie. So, to take care of this and to take care of that and to take care of that. But for the most part, and to my understanding, and from what I have been peeping inside of, it's only been taken care to for the rich and to keep the rich richer and to keep the rich richer. And the rich people sit up there and they make the decisions on your life. They have no worries. They can pay for a brain surgery for one of their children. They can go out and buy oodle noodles of groceries. Yeah. Hi, Sheila. She said that she would put 1,500 agents on the border when elected. Why not now? She is not the president, Shannon. And I'm glad you said. I'm glad I read that. Have people not have people forgotten that she is not the president? She's the vice president. She doesn't get to do anything without it being approved by Biden. You know what she can do? Absolutely nothing. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to say pretty sure. I wouldn't put it past her that what you just spoke on might have been ran through in a talk or push uh, to Biden at some point in time. It's part of her job. Hey, I think we should do this. We should probably do that. We should probably do that. Biden probably opposed for some reason or another that he felt to oppose on it and probably silently said, no, not now. Now, getting her into office, she would be able to control and nobody would be able to shut her down on the things that she's saying that she's going to do. She can't do nothing now. She's not the president. That's not accurate, Petey. That's not accurate. I wouldn't believe that that's accurate at all. I'll go out today and you can ask, who's the president of the United States of America? It is still Biden. Well, tell me where to go where I can find this information that says that Biden has now stepped down. Passing her the control still does not give her that power of control right now. Anything done, said, or whatever, I believe by law will fall back on him. He is still the president of the United States of America. That's how I look at it. When his term is up, then she takes full power control over the United States of America. So I don't know, that's like me saying, well, I guess, how you write up your power of attorney. Once I die, who takes it? You do, Petey. That's kind of like that. But as long as I'm alive, it's just only on paper. Yeah, that you have the power of control, but is it active now? Will it be active now? No, I still get to supersede whatever. Like if you want to throw me in the cuckoo house, and I know I still got some of my senses, but you trying to prove to these doctors that I'm not well enough to put my underwear on, right? I still have the right to fight that. As long as I got my common sense and then have the right to remove your butt off of the power of attorney. My alarm just went off. It is, Shannon, I agree. Let me tell you why at this point, why I agree with you. Kamala started out okay. I get it that she has her administration that helps her cook up her soup in time for her to go out there to have these debates. I'm not quite sure when, but she at some point, and I know you got to fight, right? I would have loved to see her continue her fight without doing the defamation. And I know at some point you got to hit back. I get that. Give me 1 second. Let me take this out the oven. All right, all right, all right. At some point, like I know you got to hit back and I know you got to fight. But I'm also, one of those people like you can kill it with kindness, man. He would have never known how to fight. Just let Trump be Trump. And Trump want to keep coming on here and talk about your hackling and talk about let him do so. All he does is continue to tear him down, kind of like what we saw went on in this community over here. Yeah, let him talk. Go ahead, talk about. I let all these people out here say what y'all want to say because the person that would know the truth obviously would be me. But however, I laughed at them all. Man, I laughed at all of these fools over here in this freaking community that felt like you knew my life and what you say is gonna hurt me. That shit was fuck, y'all. I ain't think that I was gonna get, laughed out, but man, I laughed myself out over here. Look at this dumb bitch. Look at this nigga. Look at this shit. Just had me tickle pink over here because they swear to God. Talk about that. Man, shut up. Shut up. But anyhow, but What I'm saying is, hopefully, you guys do a lot of, your reading and all that stuff because, as they say, it is up to the Americans to make America the way y'all want it. Are they going to ever stop crime and violence? Hell no. You're going to forever see it. This one flyer. I gotta tell y'all what the other flyer. Hold on a minute. I'm finna get this there. I wanna quote this one just right. Hold on. How did I do that? Hold on. I gotta put it together. Hold on. Let me show y'all this shit. I think I got most of it. I had to get it out the recycle thing, right? I'm gonna show y'all this, right? Hold on, I'm gonna read your comment, Petey. She said, my opinion, the lady is not a leader. She can't speak without a teleprompter. The other world leaders, if she's elected, the U.S. will appear very weak. So you're saying because she's reading on a teleprompter that would make your mind up. Your mind is made up because she reads from a teleprompter. So your mind is made up off of that? I guess I would rather have a teleprompter in front of me than to get up there and not know what to say at all. At least, I mean, hey, maybe her mind getting short attention span. Where is this? Okay, let me put this one here back together, as y'all can see. See, See, I ripped it up. So, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I get this. Now, there's Kamala, right? So, get all these flyers together. Violent crimes on. Wait a minute. Okay, I think that's. Okay, so that piece goes. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my cord. Let me see if I can piece this here together for y'all. Okay, so that one it goes there. That's her. Then it's got Trump on the back, right? This is the money that they're spending. Kamala Harris puts, what piece is this? Okay, there we go. There we go. I got it. I think I got it. Wait, that goes in there, right? Shut up, Shannon. Don't be laughing at me putting out a puzzle back together. Okay, so I got it together, right? I want to speak on this about this violent crime shit, right? Because if any president or anybody was going to do anything about this, then I guess stopping the violence and the crimes, then I guess we wouldn't have overfilled, incarcerated people, right? We wouldn't have these jails overfilled, right? So somebody tell me when is crime gonna stop? It's not gonna stop. It doesn't matter what president you put into office. Violent crime on the rise, it says here in Wisconsin. Wisconsin now, what the shit? It keeps moving, Shannon. I need some tape. I need some tape, Shannon. Okay, let me see what this says. Or I keep moving. Wisconsin now, home to one of the America's 10 most dangerous cities. 10 most dangerous cities. When I tell y'all that this is a flat out ass lie, it's ridiculous. And it's stuff like this that I'm like, you know what? Just because you put this lie out here, and I know it's a lie because this is where I live at. So if I'm living here and I can sit here on this live stream and tell you that there is no crime here like that, and if you get these type of flyers and if you don't go and look at the statistics of the crime rate here, then you will fall for shit that's being printed out here to sell to you guys. Now, hold on, Nick Gasonic, because I'm going to flip this over to the Trump side. Okay? I'll show you. Crime is soaring, but Kamala Harris soft on crime. Policies will make it worse. This is a flat out lie. I'm saying that. That's a lie. That's not what's going on here at all. Okay, wait a minute, because I do got to tear one piece of it off, y'all, because it's got my address on here. So, on the back side, it says Kamala Harris is soft on, I don't have the one with Trump on it, right? On crime policies. On crime policies. Puts us all in danger. I'm going to take this piece off. I probably already showed it, but oh well. Okay, so she defunds the police. Okay. So I have to ask, if she's asking to defund the police, right? And this actually happens. I'm trying to understand why they still well, I know some of the police officers do it because it's a passion for them to do. A lot of them fights and stay in that field because it's passed down from generations. You know, my granddaddy was a police officer. You know, a lot of them like to tell these damn stories. Says here that she supports defunding the police that puts families in danger. No, the people put families and other people in danger. We do it to ourselves. Because if you did not have these numbnut, crazy ass people, some of them is just, affected by craziness from drugs or some type of anger that they retort to because something didn't happen drastically in their lives, or somebody took your money, somebody dated your girlfriend, somebody stole your drugs, somebody stole your car, you didn't get paid enough, etc., right? So now you're angry. Angry is going to make you crazy because you want to go out there and do some crazy ass shit and take it out on some damn body. This is not the correct language. This is not politically correct, is what I'm saying. It says it puts our families in danger. No, you know what puts our family in danger? Birthing another human being out here in this world. You can only raise them up until they are raised up that certain age. Now they're gone. Now they've taken off doing their own whatever in their world. What puts us in this type of situation is not knowing right from wrong or refusing to do right from wrong amongst each other. If we didn't have cuckoo ass people out here in this damn world, you wouldn't even have to be worried about a police officer at your door or arresting this person or doing it. You probably wouldn't even need as many. But that ain't the type of world that we live in. But it's a fact that we don't want to face. We don't want to address that. Address who you birth. Address the person that came out in this goddamn world and start shooting up people. Put it on your families. Put it on yourself. Because that's where it started from. Home. Whether if you grew up poor or what rich, because rich people go through it too. And that's how I feel about it. You pronounce your name. I'm not finna do roll call right now, baby. Let criminals walk free. That's what this says. Kamala Harris backs a policy that will let crime, let me put this word, Let me put this back on here. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah. Wait, what piece was that? I lost a piece. Hold on, let me find this other piece to this here. Yeah, that is the piece. That will let criminals out of jail without paying a bond. Now, a lot of us know how the judicial system works. So, you mean to tell me that she's finna go into office? They finna present her with this bill, right? And all these criminals are going to be let out because a bill was passed for her saying what? Is the bill going to say, well, if they did 25 years or so, go ahead and give them a bond? What exactly is this bill going to say? What exactly do y'all think that she's gonna write that's gonna say with the policy that they're trying to that could be implemented and passed by her, signed into legislative to say that yeah, let the criminals out of jail without paying bail. I just don't believe these are the ops. These are the ops that are for Trump saying stuff like this, and I was like, that is not about to freaking happen. That is not about to happen. Sounds good if you're going to put together, defund the police and also let the criminals out. But I asked myself, well, hell, it didn't take us to do it. We already going through it any damn way. We went through it under the Trump administration. You went through it under the Obama administration. You went through it under Clinton administration. It's going to always be some crime. It's going to always be some crime. Where's it going? So they feel like, well, if she does not follow through with this policy and these criminals can't get out, that it's going to stop the crime out here in the United States of America. Where they do that shit at? Where they do that at? We're surrounded by damn near 66% of Fruit Loops and nut cases out here. Like, where you do this shit at? Democrats are the censoring crew. They are behind the censoring. Okay. Dangerous agenda. Kamala Harris policies put dangerous felonies. Where's the bottom of this? Okay. Back on the street. They're already on the street. Every time we have a voluminous of people birthing out here and the child grows up, after the child grows up, you never know what you gonna get. You know what you got during birth, a cute little bundle of joy. Oh, isn't she just so adorable. Oh my God, pretty. Oh, my child is going to school to be the top, prosecutor, district attorney. Turns out the prosecutor, district attorney did all this damn schooling, was a great bundle of joy. Parents bragged about it and everything. Lived long enough to go into a freaking job to now they want her removed from her position and possibly in jail. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. Felons back on the street and allow convicted drug dealers to escape deportation. Convicted drug dealers to escape deportation. Her soft on crime agenda puts us all in danger. Tell Kamala Harris to restore law and order before it's too late. You gotta love politics is crazy to me because it's always the person that chooses to get in that hot seat gets the whippings to their back, boy. You now okay? We glad you stepped up. Now you can fix it. I'm glad you stepped up. Now it's your turn to fix it. Well, y'all know this shit ain't fixed. Then this shit, it's messed up out here, y'all. You got to just, obtain and put all your survival tools together. And keep it moving, man, low key. Just keep it moving low key. Then, and at the end of the day, you ain't going to be able to talk about it no more because after this comes death. Sadly to say, but that's just the way it is. But I guess, putting people in there to continue to do 600 years of work in progress, it is what it is. But I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. Not only would, they talk the talk, they walk their walk, do what they do, but they just as greedy as the next one come along. You gonna have some in there that's passionate, some that we gonna do it for you and do it for that. I'm gonna say this because I mentioned this today in my inner thoughts, right? We sit out here as the human people, right? And we listen to all of these people that speak and they speak about detrimental things that goes on around the world, how the rate is for the homeless, how this is for the drug activity, and now they are keen on this whole RICO thing going on with a lot of people, being indicted under that. Um, I was sitting and kind of going through. I'll go through Forbes magazine. I'll go through what's the other one that gives you some of the numbers of the richest people in the world. Can you imagine? I was just imagining the things that they can fix if all of them got together and started tackling away at some things. And I was like, oh, they won't do it because they'll be afraid to do so. They'll be lost to see their accounts go down from 30 billion or 268 millions, right? To down to 78,000 in their account, 150,000. Those people wouldn't know what to do. You know what would happen with those people? They would probably lose their mind. They will probably become one of the constituents out here in the world that goes crazy and decide to harm people. Yeah, they will be those people because that's not the way that they're used to living. But then you have those that sits up there and be like, hell, I worked hard for this bit, I worked hard. I worked hard for this. It's crazy. But those are just some of my inner thoughts that I kind of be having. Like, but as I listen to these people, especially the content creators, I'm like, damn, who pushed you out here? Who pushed you and made you mad? What were you mad about this shit for? What you should be mad about, you can go address it your damn self. Well, how much you was getting paid on your damn job? Why aren't you on one of those top rated ass media podcasts and stuff, expressing your feelings about that? Because sitting over there screaming to 10 to 110 people in the chat ain't finna fix shit about what you over there bitching about. But I be sitting my butt over here listening to it anyway, just to be hearing it. I be like, mm, mm, mm. What's weird is to click off of this and wake up in the morning and your shit's still the same. What's gonna change? Nothing. Nothing. And I'm not trying to shit on it. I always wish the best. At the end of the day, whatever the policy, the bill, the law, or this or that, my common sense kick in. And I know that I have choices in my life and in this world. You know, I know that if I choose to be in a home and have the lights on, I can make a choice to either pay my bill or don't. But I do know that there's consequences if I don't. There's consequences if I do. The good one is I still got lights. The bad one is they'll shut my shit off regardless. I'll pay it, no lights. So therefore, I know, well, common sense tell me, get your butt up and get to work and pay your stuff. See, I follow those guidelines. Those are like, well, this is what it has to be, and then this is just the way it is. Can you imagine if we all, as they call us, um, I hate to say poor, the unfortunate class of people, pass the bill where all of their rent is the same. Go and tell all of these landlords out here that's building all this new property up and this or that. We don't care if you are building, if you're building or this or that. A 2-bedroom for a family of 4 will be this amount of rent. $800. We will let you guys know when to do the increase on these apartments, not allowing them to be able to jack your rent up every freaking year or 2 years at $150 or none of that. I don't give a fuck if they are putting money into it to keep the property up. Buy the low end of the goddamn shit. I don't know. Now you got the middle class. And I know this don't sound realistic. I'm just talking, out the side of my neck right now. So, and I'm just my expressing my feelings. So, whatever. But the middle class, right? 3-bedroom. I know you're going to have some high end apartments. You're going to have the low end apartments, right? So all of the people that choose to be on the high end apartment at the 3 and they meet the medium income, or what do they say, 55,000 to 75,000 or whatever, all of their rent is the goddamn same. All of these people over here who is ranging between 35,000 to 55,000, and you want to be in a bed in 3-bedroom, but you don't have all of those pretty ass fixtures and backsplashes and things like that. All of y'all rent the goddamn same. Ain't no you pay 1250, 1800 over here. And when it comes to the demographical areas, let me address that, because that irks me too. You can't get into a downtown or a suburban area because you don't make this amount of money, or because you don't have this particular class A job or this or that. All that shit is gone. It's gone. I'm gonna make sure you can be able to, afford it with the guidelines of, yeah, you have to be making 55 to 75,000 to be over here living in this suburban area. But all that demographical shit where it kind of started out when they started mapping the world out, that should be gone. It's gone. We're not going to sit here because you let adjusters or builders put in a high end $4 million mansions over here that somebody who you want to discredit from being able to purchase one because of a freaking low ass credit score, but they got the money. They can show you that they got the money. They've been working the money. They've been saving the money. It's in the bank account. They can prove 5, 10 years they got the money in there. But then what their little Uzi and they jigsaw with the credit cards might have missed the medical bill, disqualifies them from being a lie. A lie. Changing it. I'm changing it. Sorry. I'm changing it. No, show me that you can afford to do this. You know, you get in this guy, you got $11 million home over here and a $2 million home over there. I don't give a fuck because you priced it at $2 million. We're going to share $1 million properties out here. We're going to, to blend in. Doctors don't want the garbage man people to live over here. Oh, that should be gone. I mean, some of it, maybe most of it. Shit is crazy. It's crazy. That's what they should have cleaned out. And it's going on here, y'all. Man, they building up so many fancy dancy ass apartments, honey. So stop at one of them, a one bedroom, like they say in LA, just because it's LA or because it's a certain place in New York, Manhattan. And in Manhattan, you want to go live over there, well, you gonna pay. Why I can't live over? Why don't you have housing over here in Manhattan that is affordable also? Why is not blended up? I was there in Manhattan. I shouldn't have to make, 800,000 a year to be living in Manhattan. I want to live in Manhattan. Shit, it's crazy. Separation. They diversity, yeah, it's just separated. Still going on though, but over here, now I'm watching them, and they building and they building and they building. One bedroom now, I guess it's finally coming this way, and I could tell you that, Wisconsin is not a broke ass state, but I get they have to still keep the revenue in and everything, and I know that all of this plays a part in inflation. Now I think I might have missed which which one of the candidates talked the most about inflation and how they're going to fix it and this or that. Your gas prices, they're never going to stay at $2.50. So keep dreaming. It's going to always go up. And that's because somewhere up in one or the other administration realizes that, oh my God, there's a loan that we borrowed. We forgot we owed Japan or China, 2 million, and that's coming around. It's like paying into the fiscal year, right? Oh, well, we better raise the gases up again, get that money, all this damn goofy, crazy ass shit. Like it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. But your gas ain't gonna never stay that amount. And I'm proof of that. I listen. I came home Friday. The gas was down to 288. I've been in the house pretty much all weekend, I think. Yeah, I might have stepped out here and there. On Monday when I got ready to go to work, shit was back up 318. I'm asking myself, what the fuck just happened here? What the hell happened? How is it that there's nobody, and I'm sure that there is that is overseeing, like really overseeing it. Like you call the gas station and say, hey, we just lowered that. You ain't been, didn't you get the email? Didn't you get the text or something? Drop that gas back down. What's going on over there? Let us find out you over there gas gouge. Because around the world right now, we got gas prices down. Why in the hell is your gas price downtown is at 3.95, but then you come back in the hood, you got to get it in the hood. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Downtown is always more expensive on the gas. I need somebody to explain that shit to me. Why is downtown always the most expensive on gas? It's the most expensive on eating out. It's the most expensive on, well, I'll say dining out. Let me be a little bit more fancy with my word. Dining out. Why? Why is it that way? Why does things downtown? Why does occupying a hotel at the Ritz Carlton is higher than the Ritz Carlton out in over by the Six Flags Great America? What's the damn difference? Same goddamn hotel. I'm trying to understand it. And then they got all this pricey shit in the downtown areas of the states that you go in with minimum goddamn parking. So now you got to go pay for the parking ramp or make sure your meter get paid. This shit is weird, y'all. Weird as hell. Like, oh, is that to keep the hood, and I'm talking about hood from the white side and the black side from downtown. That downtown don't get impacted by lots of people. Is that why it's designed like that? Because they know you ain't finna come down there every damn day, getting a hotel every day or dining out. So they keep most of the traffic in the inner city, right? Y'all keep y'all ass over there where the hotel room costs you about 136 a night. Down here it's gonna hit you for about 495. Shit be crazy. But it's the same goddamn hotel chain. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all know y'all need to stop this shit. That's why, never mind. This shit crazy though. But anywho, I just want to come on and share some love with y'all today. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. It don't make me no damn. I mean, it makes a difference, but at the end of the day, after inauguration and all of that stuff, we just got to cope with it. And you have to learn how to cope with it. One thing about the crime rate, the only thing that can fix that is stay your ass out of the trouble. Use your common sense. Try to dodge it. It's okay if you get a traffic ticket once in a blue moon. It ain't the end of the world. And that's at least that's chat. They keep that shit affordable though, don't they? They know damn well if you run the red light, you're going to get that little ticket. Yeah, they got it at a standardized amount, right? Where you run a traffic ticket, it probably fine you, what do you get, about $120 or whatever, right? They don't have it out there where if you run a red light and that ticket going to cost you 5,000. And you know why? That's because if they start inflating that, right, blowing it up like that for a small little traffic ticket here and there, right, then they're gonna have probably less people driving, and now you have less people driving. Now they're losing money on registration fees. Your DMVs your DMVs loses out on money. They loses money on the taxes that you pay on all this. Man, they know better. They know better. They making a killing off of people driving. All these registration. Now I know Chicago registration fees did go up quite a bit because I do, help my mom when it's time to, order and get theirs done. I'd be like, oh my God, y'all paying all, because they got they got the window sticker, they got this sticker, they got that sticker going on. And then here, I do notice when I went to re-register my vehicle, the car went up a little bit, but the truck went down because they say that guess sometimes based on the time length of you having your car, meaning the years, right? That and the axles and but I guess whatever, so it sent it down. The hybrid it went up. I had to. Well, they give you your first one for free, which is a EV sticker, right? And I haven't even finished reading what all that is about. I started to, but then, as a female, I looked at it like, yeah, as long as the car run, the sticker is on there. I don't know what the fuck is all this EV damn shit. I ain't read all that stuff, right? Because it was like the car running, whatever the EV mean, the police and all them, y'all know what it means because the sticker is on the car now, so I can't be stopped for that. But, and it's just, you know, this is America. And I'll never forget that song when that man came out with it. This is America. And America is just like any other country, I believe, other than China, because I think that man over there, Juan, whatever his name is, he got that shit locked down. He's like, y'all, this is what we gonna do, and this is how it's gonna be done, and ain't nobody over here gonna ask no questions about it. When I was watching the documentary, they over there like, man, they can't even be on the social media like that. I was like, word, that is crazy. That's crazy. But I don't know. So I know that a lot of people moving on. I'm moving on. I'm watching the information that came out about R. Kelly and the motion. It's not the end of the world. With the charges that they put on R. Kelly and what we are witnessing with charges similar to a lot of the other people that has been indicted on. It's tough. He's on a tough road. He's on a tough road. And one thing that they did show us is being a celebrity, you know, probably a Black American celebrity, at some point it will not buy you your freedom. However, I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep saying it. From that first indictment papers. And at this time, at that point in time, that's when they were trying to decide whether if Chicago should go first or New York should go first. And then Greenberg stood in there and says, well, we'll let New York go first. Everybody got annoyed by that, right? Disturbed by that because it was like, well, why wouldn't you just do Chicago? Because Chicago was easier. Get that on thrown up out of here. Then that way New York wouldn't have nothing to bounce back off of. But anyway, it didn't work out that way. So in the indictment paper, I remember reading it, right? And when I came across that one word, I was like, oh my God, they got to get that redacted. They got to get that out of there. They got to get that word. I was like in a panicky mode. Are y'all not reading this? Are y'all not reading this? When Ann Donnelly had an insertion put in indefinitely. I don't know how many people remember that, but I every time I was coming on in the earlier stages of R. Kelly's situation, that word has to go. That word has to go. That's all I was like, oh my God, why isn't nobody, coming out and motioning on this goddamn word? Because that word is important. That insertion was important, people. And ever since then, it's been something shot down about R. Kelly. Ever since then, like that word has to go. That word was a very strong and powerful word, and it sent a powerful message out to the higher authorities that is hearing his cases and hearing, and I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But as they say, we'll still continue to pray. And I do believe that, with the fight that Jennifer Bonjean is doing, she has her hands filled with this one here. And I wish her to a road of success with, getting to this appellate supreme and, getting things resolved that will favor in R. Kelly's case. Other than that, it's like all hands are tied. This is totally up to her and her battle, with R. Kelly. And she has a fight ahead of her, she has a fight ahead of her. So you said, did I see Drea has a book coming out? Well, let me tell you, I get sent a lot of stuff. I really do. So I saw it and I was like, are you kidding me? What? And this was the video pertaining Buku. Is that her name, Buku? And for the documentary, there's a coming out soon. So I said, well, let me listen to it a little bit. And I listened and I listened. I replayed it and I listened and I listened. And I think I might have had two words, which was, oh, ah, you know. I'm thinking like about that, but no, I did hear or read, I guess I should say. I read Instagram posts. I read Twitter posts. I'll get notifications from it, so I kind of saw it, yeah, and then I kind of got off of it. It was like at some point you gotta be like decline, not interested, not interested, right? So as I'm listening to the audio, the premiere with R. Kelly's daughter. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like me after I say this, and y'all know my slogan now is I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But after listening to that, one thing took me back. And that was me remembering when the battle kind of was going on with R. Kelly and Buku being in college, and that had something to do, I think, with all of the child support or something, all combined into one. And he was saying that he had no problem paying the child support. He just wanted to know if she was still in school. Show me the, I guess receipts or whatever, so I can know how much is what. And then I believe R. Kelly had stated at some point that he wasn't getting that information. So no, I'm not going to be paying or sending money that is not going to a school that she's no longer in, because he didn't. I guess he made it appear that he did not have that information or she was not in school. Well, today we can clearly say that she sure in the hell didn't finish school. Oh, that comes on Friday on Netflix, right? Hey, AP, what's going on to the Z? You said, did you? Kamala was the DA that tried to get Michael Jackson locked up. Well, hold on, Harlem. Let me jump to PDQ. That's when she was a prosecutor. So I got to now ask you again, Petey, do you hold what people did pertaining to her occupation back then? That's what she was back then. That's what she was back then. Now, if she gets elected, and let's just say if Michael Jackson was alive, right? And let's just say that Michael Jackson probably had something going on, right? Do you think that today, if Kamala was president and Michael Jackson needed to be, what do they call it? I forgot the word. Oh, my memory, y'all, is just getting bad. But what do you call it when you want to get, like, like they was trying to do for R. Kelly, when you want to get the person out of jail? You know how the Kardashian went to Trump to get, what's the word I'm looking for, Harlem? I forgot. I am okay today, Matthew. I am okay today. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word? Yeah, pardon, right? So, hold on. Oh, right. So I was talking to Petey. So, and let's just say that, people's out there and they want to vote, get Michael Jackson pardoned, right? Do you think that she would probably pardon him? Because she's in a different position now. So, one thing that I know that I do not do is judge a person because of something that they did, because of a certain position that they were in sometime in the event of their life. Now she's not. She's not a district prosecutor. It's not what she does. So I don't kind of look at it, you know, like that to make a final decision on whether if she would be perfect to be president right now. I just can't do that. I want to know what you're doing in the present. What are you going to do in the present? Because if we go and we walk through a time machine where your whole biography of your life comes out, it's going to be something about each and every last one of us. Every last one of us has something we have done that was not right, either in the eyes of someone else or because you within yourself knew it wasn't right, but you did it. So At some point, to me, it's easy to get around from judging people at some point, and then sometimes it's a little hard for us to get around it because certain situations stick with us. We can't let it go. And I understand that. I understand that process, but to each his own, I think that if Petey, if you feel that this is some things as far as your research or maybe what you have been hearing or whatever, have you convinced enough to say no, this person ain't worthy of a changing of things, or then that's Petey's decision, and humbly and respectfully, if you're here, I'm your best friend, and we rolling, we kicking it. Right now, you're in my chat. I, I respect that. That's the way that you feel. Trump has pardoned many black people. That's what they show you on TV. That's what they write in those papers, but I get it. So that makes him favorable to you, Petey, because he pardoned the black people. That makes that makes him one up over Kamala. I get it. You know? Wow, I get it. Yeah. So you say yeah, let the black people out now. Because I'm gonna tap in on that one though. I think that she still has a lot to do with these corrupt DAs. She had Fannie come and meet her at the White House, probably regarding Trump in the YSL. No, I don't think that she would pardon any black. You don't think so, Petey? Please. Yes, she will. I don't agree with you on that last part, Petey. Nope, nope, and nope. But you say you don't think she would pardon any black people, girl. Stop. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. But I don't know. I think that if a person has done everything that was required of them to do, and this is why I say that, then if it's presented in front of her by the sponsor or whoever is bringing forth the situation to the president, because you have to state your reasons as to why I should do this. Bring this person's resume in front of her. She just may do so. However, we have to still weigh in the fact of most decision makers are still in that higher position, still is human just like us. There's just like how you're saying, Petey, there's always going to be something stuck in our mind that we know, that we saw, that we heard, or whatever, that has put that red mark on that person that's going to detour you from saying, I ain't, like, for example, right? You saw my back and forth with one on one, and today I'm sorry. I'll have to keep that red mark on that person. And I could tell you today, but I fucking with you ever. And I don't even know that person. But that's because of, all of the stuff that we done heard, you done seen, that I know, that are this and that about. Like, I fucking with you. Because in my mind, that's stored there. It's not going anywhere. However, it's in the past. You see what I'm saying? So to me, this is what you are relaying and conveying to me, because she did something in the past and it was pertaining to the black people. But let's talk about the black people now. Part B of it, right? Let's talk about your part B of it. Because you said the black people. Now, You know I love you, girl. I love you, but I got to, because with Frank, I gotta tell you how I feel. So you better not be getting over that. Don't you? Let me find out you get mad at me, because I'm gonna have to come and find you, because you know I'll pull up and like Petey, go on and put the tea on. Let's get this squared away. Let's go out to eat. We're gonna get through this, right? But anywho, right? So you said the black people. Now, Petey, I'm from Chicago, baby. I'm from Chicago, the west side of Chicago. And right now, I'm being 150% truthful to you. Had I been the president or the district attorney or the chief police from the time of my era in Chicago, and from the things that I know, the things that I saw, the things that I witnessed, honey, I'd have did a motherfucking sweep. I'd have did a sweep, Petey. My kids could not live safe from where I was at. My black people did nothing but sold fucking drugs, slang guns, stood on a corner, broke into the stores, broke into your home, stole your fucking car. I'd have done a sweep, Petey. I'd have done a sweep. Petey, I was sitting up the other night watching a documentary. It brought back memories, girl. And one part of me, I'm heated, right? Because I'm sitting in here like, how the fuck is that something to even brag about? Because there's a whole lot of stuff from the west side of Chicago I wouldn't dare be called dead to brag about. I got to be honest with you right now, right? And it's maybe because I've gotten older and now I can really see everything, right? And that was K-Town. So I'm watching this documentary, two guys, right? They literally walking around bragging about how they hold it down all the way from Jackson over to Pulaski, over to what is that, Central. They got that whole area locked. These your black people. Locked down from who? Who from what? Oh, the other black people just might come through and start shooting it up. Oh, only certain amount of people or certain people can only come through here when it's time to roll by, so one of y'all could drop a bag or two off in the car and pick the money. Really? I'd have done a sweep, Petey. I'm sorry. And that's how I felt, because if we as black people can't stand up to tell our black people to stop this shit, who's gonna do it? Because the whites not. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about us taking each other out. But you from Chi, and I know you seen it too. You seen it. You couldn't even stand at the bus stops right, man. I remember at one point in time, if you pull up to the red light and you got your little bag or whatever laying on the passenger car seat, one guy on your on the right side throws the fucking pellet, busts your window. Another guy on the left side of you distracting you. So now the one that busts your window out is reaching over in your car taking your shit. But that was your black brothers. So now they get caught and they need to go, go to jail. What are you supposed to do? Go up in there and you the one that got the bullet in your neck, that stole your car. So what you supposed to say? No, I don't want to press charges. We just gonna let it go on. Go. He gonna go on out there, because the next one could be your grandmother. The next one could be your daughter at the bus stop. We won't stop it. But that documentary, I'm watching it, right? Man, I was in my feelings too, Petey. Because I'm sitting here like, one of the guys, he's a bigger guy, right? He talked about how he not even from K-Town. He from up underneath the bridge, right? But this is where he comes, to do his due. What he do. Meaning that this where he juggle at. This where I might want to shoot at you at. This where I might want to rob you at. But then he goes back to his town or where he is, where he's welcome to come. Oh, because he I guess he disciple gangster or whatever, right? So he's loved over here and he's loved over there. But you do your dirt over here, but you go home over there where everything is okay. And you know why? Because that's where his parents and everybody was living at, where his main immediate family was living at. I don't, I just, you know, now that I look back on it, though, Petey, I'd be like, man, go sit down somewhere. Bragging about going to jail. This was this guy in this documentary. Man, I just got out, man. I'm just coming around here to holler, see, woo, 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 woo. He didn't talk about going on a job. He was talking about how he still finna do his hustle to feed his family. And I get that he couldn't talk about probably how he was not going on a job because right now they got these laws so stiffened on what you can do access to as a felony. So I understand that. I like to see some of those change when people are reestablishing themselves back out here into the world. But they got come out with a fucking diplomacy called I'm a felony. Can't rent an apartment. Can't did a job. You can't vote. Can't do none of that shit. I like to see all of that kind of change at some time, before I leave this world. I would love to see some of that change because I think that some people are capable of reincarnating themselves, I do. But I watched that documentary, girl, and I was looking at these two guys like, you two niggas really think that this is something to brag about. You want to talk about how they hold it down in jail and my boys in jail and what? I'm like, what? So when you say that, she probably wouldn't pardon a lot of the black people. I guess my whole point to what I'm saying is that, Petey, some of our black people has to be there. Some of our black people have to be there. All of them can't be out here and just live life freely to harm people, to kill people, no, that's not how this works. However, do I think that the sentencing of people is more harsh on black Americans than America? And I can only say this by what I see when I'm watching documentaries and I'm looking at all of these incarcerated people. Yes, apparently maybe this is just what I'm clicking on or whatever. In some states, I do see where there's a hefty amount of black Americans that are locked up. You know, sometimes I get mad at them because for the most part, if you hand it down 10, 15 to 25 years, you have no choice but to make that home, right? You can't get out. And to sit up and watch these guys on here and they talk all that shit like they in the fucking Bahamas. But I get it. This is what you got. So you got to make the best of it. So I understand that, that part too. But needless to say, this catastrophe that we in amongst black Americans, only we can fix this so that the things that they by law have to do to us can minimize now. But we have to fix it. We have to stop it. Then they can't do it. It's all I'm saying, You say now Chicago is going red due to the illegals, yeah. So I don't, that's just where just kind of how I see that. And like I say, and I think it's because of how much older I've gotten, and it's like now my eyes are wide open and my ears. At first, I was just oblivious to it. I was numb to it. I can go now, walk the West Side, and back then, and not think nothing of it. Pow, pow, I hear it. Yeah, okay, somebody getting shot. Now I go through there and if I hear it or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, oh my, it's like I jump and I'm like, because I'm not immune to it no more. I used to be. Now I'm not. I'm like, what the fuck? It's this, so I'm kind of like that. I got my purse all in the trunk, girl. I'm secure. When I ain't used to ride like that going through there. I used to feel so damn comfortable because I know the hood. I know the people. Now, shit, girl, I be locked down going up through there. Like, fuck that. It's dangerous, but with this flyer that I just showed y'all about this person with these people campaigning who printed this up and attached where the crime rate is extremely high here in Wisconsin. That's absolutely not true. And I'm pretty sure that this same memo is typed up in Chicago on flyers being put in on over in this state, over in this state. It's everywhere. Anything you can put in there to get you to oppose against something of what they are opposing, and that's what they will do. So I know for a fact that that's not true. That's definitely not true about the crime. Do we have police sirens? Hell yeah. Is it somebody that done had a petty fight or a drunk fight or something like that? You not gonna see bank robbery, stories up here. You're not gonna see a school got shot up here. You're not gonna see anything about a gang members on a freaking corner. Not here. I challenge anybody to pull a freaking indictment up on any black American up here on a RICO. You ain't gonna find it up here. Nah, not up here. Now I don't know, maybe over in the Milwaukee area, but that's only other demographical side of Wisconsin. It's one part of it, but it's over there. It's over there. So, but yeah, you don't even go back. Girl, the last time you was when we was doing the R. Kelly. So, but back to R. Kelly. He's got to be a survival. He's just got to stay strong, stay healthy through it all, and depend and trust his attorney. Um, for doing her job, and that's pretty much that. But I see her hands are really tied into the Larry Hoover story too. I was watching that and they saying, I didn't know he was 50 years in, and, they want him out so he can spend a few years that he may have left, with his family and things like that. And somehow, this appellate board is having a challenge with being convinced that he will not be in direction or connected to or, anything with this disciple gangsters and which was basically interpreted, believe kind of the wrong way because the disciple gangsters, to my understanding, was established under the love and unity oath and stuff like that, and then after it's savvy, the younger people coming up behind it, took it down a different stream, and it ended up being outcast of war out here, of between these different gangs out here. So, hopefully, I think that after serving that amount of time, you know, hell, if you're saying that he can do it out on the streets and he's this powerful and influential, knowledgeable person, the hell, he could be doing that on the inside. Shit. It would be nothing that would be stopping him from doing that. But so, yeah, prayers are still up. for R. Kelly. But in the meantime, between time, we just gotta pray and sit back and just allow Jennifer Bonjean to continue working. Now I'm going to say what it is that I wanted to say pertaining to Buku. And I know that a lot of people, says that, R. Kelly loves his family abundantly. And I understand that. And he can still love her abundantly. But one thing for sure and two things for certain. What will not happen on my watch, and this is if I was a R. Kelly. I've done, I forget what's that gospel song, when you done all that you can do, and I happen to love that gospel song too, right? He's done all that he can do to mat his relationship with his children. And at the point when he was picked up on the RICO, they were still young, you know. So he has probably continued to try to show nothing but love and understanding and pleading to them and expressing that, I love you guys and things like that. And today, where we are now, after me watching that mini premiere of the docuseries that's coming out right here soon. I think y'all say next Friday or this Friday, right? And after listening to that, and I'm just hypothetically speaking now that, and I'm R. Kelly, I've done everything. I've given everything that I was supposed to do. My love, my money, I've housed, I've done everything, clothes, everything. These kids have been probably around the world with their dad. We're watching. I saw the videos. She's on the stage with them. There's pictures of this, and they talked about how Andrea talked about how on the bus they had the toys, everything, everywhere. She had a whole bus to herself with her and the kids, and they're going, and they're going, and they're going, right? So we know at some point he was a dad, he was a father, and he was a husband. At some point, some things took a turn. Okay. But what we not going to do, this is me hypothetically speaking as R. Kelly, right? And now I'll take this too as if it was my children, okay? If these were my children. Now, you can go on and believe whatever it is that you want to believe. Be who you want to be. You ain't never got to see me no more or talk to me. But what we not gonna do, and I must add, if this is true, because the only person would know whether if it is true or not will be R. Kelly. He is the one that's being accused of doing, allegedly, whatever it is that she's speaking on, right? And this goes for Andrea X. Kelly as well. You're only gonna have so long to talk. This is just how I feel, Petey, because now I'm talking to my children, right? However, this is like a R. Kelly situation. You're only gonna have so long. Because if you spew anything out here, and I know that it is not true and it is worthy of me defending myself, children or not, do you know that I would be suing the crap out of Buku ass right now today? Buku will have a lawsuit right in her damn face today. You will be meeting me in the court of law to prove what you have and how and when and what happened to you. And I know that it didn't. And I have my girl. Are you? So now I'm like, I was sitting here after I watched it, right, Petey? I'm like, R. Kelly, bump all them other motions or whatever you're doing right now, because They're not finna let you out of there right now. You're going to put that on the back burner. Because this right here, you need to deal with this. I love you, my kids, but what I'm about to do right now is shut y'all the fuck down. Period. Enough is enough. And that's just how I felt when I listened to that. PD, oh no, baby. This is not about to happen. Y'all are not about to keep carrying on with these trumping of lies. We're not finna keep stampeding on me. Now, from the outside looking in and from the general population, steady hearing that they are rejecting his appeals, it's already substantiated that they're not letting him out of there tomorrow. You're not in harm's way anymore. He's already suffering spiritually, if that's the case. He's getting a spanking from everything that everybody has said that he's done. You adding any more to this, gonna do what? They're not gonna come out here and say, well, we're gonna give him another 100 years. If it was that detrimental to her, and I'm listening to some of the content creators on this, right? In my eyes, in my vision, in my perspective, in my opinion, how I feel about it, they didn't need to go and do a whole damn Lifetime documentary with 20 or 50 other goddamn. All they needed was her. Why didn't they just use her? Why didn't Drea just push her when she was pushing her story out? That's all. That's all they needed. You didn't even have to go and dig up 50 other goddamn women for this. The daughter alone by herself, if she would have been able to prove in her case, would have gotten her dad as many years as the system will allow to be put on him. So I'm like, why do things verbally to hurt him, but you wasn't there willing to do something to hurt him, to press more years on him? I just could not understand that. There's nothing else that can be done to tear him down. He's down. The next thing that you can do is put him in a grave. So I don't know if she was saying this where now he's hearing it, he knows about it or whatever. What it's supposed to do, just have a heart attack and drop dead? Because it's coming from his daughter, someone who he would probably have never thought that would, say something to the general population like this, let alone create a docuseries behind it. So I'm pretty sure, like, what the fuck. We can go on with a whole yacht full of speculations, whether if the mom put her up to it or this and this and that one part, Petey, where she says, well, I would never take my son to see his grandfather. I had to think about that one. Because when I hear people say stuff like that, I know that they don't trust or believe what they say about Jesus, which is he's a forgiving father, right? They say he died for our sins, right? But when I hear people speak in that tone, in that manner, about how they say in the Bible about respect your mother and your dad, to that level of the biblical quote, right? Book. if we would take a moment to grasp back at some of those spiritual Bible verses and commingle it into what you're feeling and how you should deal with it. And before we speak, sometimes it will humble you. So for me to ever hear Buku come back later on down the road after saying something about, I would never take my son to see his grandfather. It was disturbing for me to hear that, one, because you're taking away something that, where it's generation, what do you call it? Generation history, with the family and stuff. So you technically don't have to go there. But what you're doing now is taking away something that, the grandchild. The grandchild should never meet the grandfather because of a situation. So you're taking it out on the grandchild. So that I don't know. I don't know if that would be me. I don't know, because like they say, you have to kind of go through it to be able to determine how you would react and what you would do. That would be kind of a hard one for me. But I think that if I'm all tuned in to what the scripture says, then I would probably just follow the scripture and not follow what my actual feelings are that's making me react. I would probably have to go to the book, see what the book says. But I do know after listening to her that Christ is not embedded in her. Some of the worst of the worst has happened to hundreds, maybe thousands of people out here. And for the most part, some of the people that I've seen that may come back to court or whatever, or before they even leave court, they're standing and they would say, but you know what? I forgive you. Those are the people that I do kind of, love to see. I love to hear it, because I'm like, oh, you got Christ and you solid. You got Christ and you solid. No matter, this man done pour all the acid in the world on you, cut your hair off. He done burnt you with irons, this or that. He done locked you up, didn't feed you, whatever. And before he got sentenced, you end up telling this man, but you know what? I forgive you. So, I think that that's going to come with preparation and growing older and kind of understanding a little bit more why Christ died for us. And maybe she still has growth to become in that area, because you're still alive, you're safe, you got blessed with getting pregnant and getting prepared for delivery. um so some of the blessings are there, but you also have to be mindful of the tongue, because you know what I mean, just because they're coming and just because you're getting them doesn't mean that the fire tongue won't set you up to have some of those things taken away. So you gotta be mindful. You gotta be careful. You feel it, talk to God, let it go. I'm deal with it. You'll have a much better stance in life. That's called a peace of mind or happiness. So I don't know. But it was disturbing to watch her say that, especially after not appearing or filing charges, you know, and it's like at some point I heard it on the radio going to work. Must have been Thursday, I think. And I'm gonna get this radio host name right. And she was talking about, did y'all hear? Did y'all see that little thing? The Drea Kelly and da 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 da. And you know what she said at the end of it? Girl, we tired of hearing that shit. It's like, she said this on the radio. This was a host girl on the radio. And I was like, oh, shit. So, is she out there? Yeah, and people have a lot of opinions on it. But so I was like, oh my goodness. She was like, girl, we tired. We tired of hearing that. But that's my final thought on that one, though, PD, is I'm sorry. I will be suing. I will be suing them. You will stop. You will, cease and desist their ass. I'm sorry. Unless you are bringing these charges in the court of law, then you will stop. Unless you are filing some particular lawsuit that I have the right to challenge in the court of law, then you will stop it. You will stop it. Because, baby, honey, I would sue the panties off of my girls. And I know you out here trying to make $1 out of 15 cents by writing a book, and you want to put all these lies and this and that, and I know for a fact it's a lie. Oh, honey, I'm shutting you down. You, one thing for sure, and two things that you cannot do, and that's take away my DNA from yours. I will forever be your mother until we go in the grave. But you also have rights, and I do too. And one of the rights that you are obligated to have is we ain't never got to talk ever no more. But you ain't finna tear me down like this. This ain't about to happen. So that's how I feel about that. Now, moving on, let me get into this goddamn Super Tiffany mayor down there in Dalton Town Hall in the village. This gonna be short because I got to pop videos on this one. I got to tap into certain titles pertaining to Super Mayor down in Dalton, right? A whole lot of these people, I am convinced now, especially after the titles, and then I listen to some of these people content. These people are literally chasing the bag on this woman. Now, granted, there is NBC and ABC. There's some of the main media broadcasting on her, and I get it, but they doing the same thing somewhat like the content creators on these channels, man. They are only cherry picking the bad stuff that they want to be bad. They want this shit to be bad on this girl. I'm just going to point out two things that I saw, which is many more that I can, but I'm about ready to retire now. I chose to not work on my paperwork tonight and come on and have some chit chat time with y'all. Let me check my battery. Oh, okay, it's at 80%. So one of them was, Super Tiff's getting evicted. She's getting evicted. She's getting evicted. Okay, fine. She's getting evicted. She was living there with her boyfriend, and then all of a sudden, the landlord went to file an eviction notice on her for $3,000. Girl, I be all on they stuff. I be following them. This is $3,000 she's behind. The woman making over 200 or close to 200, whatever, $1,000 or whatever. If she went behind on it, you know what I'm saying? She probably did the shit intentional. Now, mind you, they were talking about how Tiffany was this slumlord. She had a tenant there, and there was some mold or whatever, so it wasn't habited anymore. She had to move out. I'm gonna taste my lasagna since it's cooled down, and it's too late to be eaten. But I'm gonna taste it. Right, but nobody's coming behind to see if where she was renting this apartment at, right, is legit. What's the status up over there on that apartment? Maybe they stopped paying it because Hell, it was mold in the landlord apartment, in this on the premises, or something wasn't fixed, or something. Maybe it was that, but see, they won't broadcast that. They won't go and research and see what type of landlord this is. Is a landlord behind in the taxes? Is a landlord there? They don't find that. They don't want to find some shit about Tiffany right now. Mind you, she also owns a home. So if she's evicted over here in the $3,000 apartment, what in the hell do they think that she would give a fuck if she still got a home to go to? What? And so if they think that they're doing something, go and see if her house is in foreclosure. I'm like, what the fuck? These people be cracking me up. I kid you not, girl. Cracking me up, right? So then, just yesterday, because I be watching all the town meetings and the village meeting, and I ain't forgot about the village meeting, the one that she had. Well, now the one girl who was working with her, and Tiffany called her out, right? And she was talking about, well, all of the extravagant vacations, or using the car and the flight takings and stuff like that. Now, mind you, the black girl that's on the village board, she was right along with Tiffany doing it with her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And these people, in my opinion, thinks that if and when that they decide to publicly help the FBI take her down, that she gonna go down by herself. I don't think so. I don't think so. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They feel like this whole trustee board stuff, this is my opinion, that because they bailed out they think that they done bailed out in enough time to clear all of their fucking names. Right? I think that if there was a bunch of extra spending of these taxpayers' money down there, I feel like that they all was dabbling all up in it. That's how I feel about it. And I think that until, if they come put them hands and tell you she holding the goddamn ace card, girl, she gonna go up in there and have all her records and everything documented, and she gonna take them all down with them. Oh yeah. Now, hold on, I gotta pull this thing off of my teeth. I hate when these things be stuck on here, so, and I get it, it's the sealant. Look, I always have a hard time pulling this off. I don't know why. But now, the other day, these people are claiming that I cannot get it off. She ain't got no money. She behind in her rent. She getting evicted. So this white guy, he was at one of the meetings a while back, right? He got real belligerent up there on the microphone. But the black people attacked him. I don't know, they was going at it. They was going all at it, right? So he took upon himself and he went up there to where Tiffany was sitting in the attorney, because he had a question for the attorney. This is the meeting where she gets up and she leaves out, right? Her attorney was still sitting there. So he left the podium from where he was speaking at and being attacked by all them damn black people up in there, which I keep saying, I don't know. You better be glad I ain't in charge, because y'all ain't bringing y'all ass in here. We gonna start doing Zoom meetings, because y'all got me messed up. If y'all think that y'all get to come in here and talk mad shit about me, and I don't get to talk shit about y'all because I'm up here in a higher seat than y'all, or nah, that ain't how that finna work, baby. We gonna welcome to the new mayor standards. It ain't finna work like this. So what? Okay, so when he was able to go up there and speak to Tiffany's attorney after she stormed out of this one meeting, right? He whispered something, blah, 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 blah. Now, this meeting here that just passed here on the 8th, I think they had, right? Because on Mondays, right? After this meeting kind of, it went on. I don't even know what's going on because they be having some damn board meetings and Tiffany don't even be there. Now, how they having meetings and shit and the mayor not even there? I don't, they set all this shit up basically to make it really look like she is the bad guy. They are. That woman named Fletcher or something like that. That the one that Tiffany took her ever since Tiffany took that damn girl picture down off that wall, that girl been bitter. Every single time. So, she been bitter ever since then, right? And the money stolen and the money stolen. However, the trustee can sit up there, Fletcher, and do all of this, sideline bullshit against Tiffany. But she's on the board. She's on the board. And you mean to tell me that when Tiffany responds back or have something smart back, that's the part that they captures. They captures that. Then they slang their titles to it, and then now she's the bad person. I'm laughing at, I be laughing and wrong with that ain't against the law. That's not against the law. That's not, ain't none of these content creators literally in their titles put out anything that's definitely against the law. So the guy from the 2 meetings ago, who was able to kind of sneak a question into Tiffany's lawyer, he come back today or yesterday, right, with a lawsuit. He hands her, no, he hired a private investigator to deliver her this lawsuit, right? Now, mind you, she has an office. She has an office. But this white man waited until it was a town hall meeting day. Because what's at the town hall meeting? The cameras are rolling. So he wanted this moment of clout, of this attention on him. He should be all on the news channel today. Everybody should have seen it. And she was hand delivered another lawsuit. You know what his lawsuit was about? His lawsuit is pertaining to the one black American who come down there and he felt that he was lied to about purchasing a barbershop. He started to fix it up, which was dumb as hell. If you ain't got no signed lease or nothing like that, what the fuck is you putting money into it for? Off of somebody's word. So it was dumb on his behalf. However, he was told that Freeman promised him and, he would get this and he'll be able to do this. But then when Tiff got hold to it or whatever, she stopped it. So she denied it. And on her explanation, she denied it because she did not want another barbershop on that side of town, right? There. Now, I don't know if the mayor gets to make a decision on what and where establishes can be planted. I don't know. She did say, I don't want no alcohol, no a bunch of liquor stores over here. She didn't want, all this because it draws the hangouts. Now, whether if that's her defense and she's capable of bringing that defense in to shoot this lawsuit down, we'll see. I'll be watching that stuff. But the boy got mad. He felt that he was misled about purchasing the barbershop. Now, mind you, this was a couple of years back. You would think that the nigga now that went and got 2-3 more damn barbershops somewhere else and got a whole bunch of goddamn money. Well, I ain't even got to worry about y'all. Screw y'all. I make my money over here. But no, because there is a big fight and there's a lot of people offense to her right now, right? Why not? Let me join in this too. And she got a lot of lawsuits. Girl, people suing the woman for her wig being stiff. You hear me? Just every damn thing. Looking at so they really want her out of the position. But right now, she still holds that position. Now, I'm saying to myself, with all of these content creators, you got what's her name? Come down from Chicago, right? The FBI done been there. Y'all mean tell me they ain't picked her up yet? Now they're saying that she done stole $10 million. And Tiffany, on the other hand, comes out and says that they in a surplus. Why in the hell do you think that I can purchase and give away all this bingo stuff, right? Now, let me tell you where the girl that sits on the board at the village, right, fire backs at. That's how she fired back, which was a dumbass move, but she fired back. Tiffany likes to do the bingos. You got the content creators out here like we don't even know what's so spectacular about bingo. You know why people, and these gifts are too expensive and this or that, right? Mind you, if you really think above the surface level, right? Yes, they spending, if she is purchasing these things from taxpayers, right? Money or whatever, out of whatever fund, it's the taxpayers that's getting the damn gifts. They get the money is recycling. It's not like she's telling them in their face. I need your approval because I want to shop. I got to get the money is there. I want to get the gifts for this and get the gifts for that. Well, who actually bought the gifts? The taxpayers. Who is she giving the gifts back to? The taxpayers. So my point is, where is she stealing at? Where is she stealing? So what they trying to get her for is inappropriate use of funds. Is she going over the funds? Is she doing it without their approval? Do you really think that this woman would be sitting on all these cameras being shown around the fucking world, handing out $600 air fryers, $2,000 leather reclining matching chairs and shit right in front of your face? And you got 1,000 content creators, including the trustee board, saying she's stealing the money. We in a deficiency. We don't have the money. And she's still finna be, no, 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 and no. Ain't buying it. Ain't buying it. Hell no. Not at all. Not at all. What they better be careful of, this is just my opinion, is what she actually making her fucking salary, that she don't have proof to come up in there and say, I spent it out of I buying this with my damn money. That's what they better. Because she ain't showing them shit. She ain't showing them nothing. And so they mad because they can't see it. They don't hear and see the transparency. She's holding, I believe, her ace card. That's just how I feel. I really do. And like she said, y'all want to believe everything that is being put out here. And when you really pay attention to it, that is all they putting out here. I watched her. She's giving away she had these food drives, shit like that, right? Now, mind you, that these are the taxpayers from the village or the town hall that is coming to the fucking food drive. They're eating their money that they invested in. Granted, again, that is she supposed to be spending this money? Girl, you had one content creator, right? Because she had a semi-truck load of whoever is endorsing her or volunteer, whatever, right? They drop shipment. It's all in boxes, right? The girl never even talked about how the semi is refrigerated. It kept all of the shit cold. So she on her live and oh no, nobody want them hot ass tomatoes and hot this. And I'm looking at her like, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of unfortunate people that would actually do want it. She called the people dumb, stupid for standing in the lines and showing up. And I'm listening to her like, wow, man. We are some crazy ass people, right? But this is how they do her. There's not one content creator that I have come across that actually points out what she doing to make it good for the people to hear. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. So now she got a court order that she is not supposed to make any judgments on without the approval of the whole trustee board about hiring and firing, I guess, people, right? So the one content creator, he come on today. I was, at work, listen to him, and he gets to talking about, well, she broke the law. She broke. They say she. Listen to me, Petey. They say she broke the law as soon as she left the court because the meeting was the next day. So all of the people that she was not supposed to have around or up in the village town hall meeting or whichever one that they weren't supposed to be there. So she broke the law. Mind you, this is on TV. Everybody's watching this meeting. Somebody please tell me if she broke the law, the judge gets the order. Why ain't nobody knocked on this goddamn girl door say, hey, you under, the judge has held you in contempt. They have a warrant out for your arrest. That ain't happened yet. The girl on Facebook dancing. I'm over here like, hold on, content creators. Y'all titles says that Super Tiff Mayer broke the law. Now, mind you, this is how I think that she got around it. Technically, it wasn't a meeting that housed all of the trustees, and it wasn't the official type of meeting that she would normally have. This was just a meeting that she had and invited some damn people around, and the trustees, and none of them was there. They wasn't even there. So when she break the law, I'm listen. When I tell you, I think the girl is playing Art of War, and the girl is holding the mega. I do. I sincerely do. I do. I really, really do. I think that they are so mad. But back to the girl that was over at the she's the one that sit the trustee over at the village, right? Black girl, right? And Tiffany called her out, telling her that hell, well, you enjoyed some of those flights and credit card usage too. Now I got a little mad at Tiff, right? 'Cause you weren't supposed to let. I understand you trying to get back at her, right? But you kind of let a little something out the bag by saying that you enjoyed them too. So you kind of admitting that you doing all this traveling and in these hotels and shit, on the taxpayers' dime, right? Because she included old girl. And she says, you know what I'm talking about, and woo, woo, woo. So now that led me to believe that, black girl from the village, you going down. Oh, you might well get prepared. I don't even know why she ain't lawyered up yet to give her some advice on what to say and what not to say or to challenge at these meetings because technically Tiff is playing chess right now. The black girl is playing fucking checkers. You got to make a move. You need to be lawyered up because Tiff is planning on taking your ass down with her. I don't care how you look at that. She done already then gave you a clue when she called her out. So old girl sitting up there, right? So now this is about the bingo and the prizes that she's giving away, which exceeds what the village trustee believe is over the amount and the taxpayers are paying for this, right? But this is what she says, girl. Let me tell you. She says that it is unlawful for the residents to be taking these gifts because if you take those gifts, you are liable for filing taxes on it. I was like, did she just throw the goddamn residents under the bus? She needs an advisor. She literally, you just threw the taxpayers, you just threw the residents who are receiving these gifts under the bus. Now, just what if somebody from the IRS shows up to these people home saying, hey, we believe that you failed to report that you received this as a gift and it's over $600 and anything over $600, you supposed to file taxes on it. I'm like, did she just, you tried to fight Tiff back by throwing the residents under the bus by stating the fact that you hope that they file this on their tax. What? I was like, man, this is some clown ass shit now here, boy. So I'm like, oh, village trustee. Oh, you need to shut up. And basically, what you really did, if the residents that received those gifts from the bingo, oh, you just got them their mind made up on who they finna vote for. They finna vote for Tim because you just threw the damn residents under the bus about some damn taxes. This shit is crazy. So, and I get it. When you get angry at a person and you're sitting there calling each other out, you feel like what you're saying is going to put you a point ahead of your opponent when in fact, no. And I tell everybody, when in doubt and you don't know how to fight it back, shut the fuck up. You're incriminating your own damn self. So, mind you, she got off the track about defending herself, about using these cars and flying on these trips and partying and everything with Tiff. She just so heated and distracted that Tiff called her out on that she went on and detoured the conversation to about some goddamn bingo gifts in the residence. I was like, what the fuck is this shit here? And Tiff sitting up there smiling her ass off. Because the only thing I'm thinking that she's thinking in her mind that I would say that I'm sure that she would have said, because they had her ass dressed like Nino Brown and one TikTok. Y'all got to check that shit out. This shit funny as hell. They playing the Wesley Snipes. They playing the music to it. And Super Tiff got on the black hat, the black suit, the chain, all. She got the stuffed Doberman pigeon in her arm. Everything. The shit is hilarious, y'all. And you know what she says? Sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Now, here's the problem with that whole damn board. First of all, they all young, clubbing, people that they stay in them 30s. They they ain't ready to be sitting in no position up in holding down a mayor and an administrative board to be running an entire city like that. That's what they prove. You ain't ready. So now we might have to have a capital law being passed saying that to have a mayor and a minister, even though that would be age discrimination. Damn, can't get around that. Boy, they got these laws set up like a motherfucker, though, right? So no, you gotta be somewhere in your 50s, maybe to the last term, no older than 60, because I think they run 4-year term down there too, right? Now, mind you, because I've went all the way back from 2 more mayors before her. Every freaking board meeting, it's always been something. It's always been something. It's never a team that is 100% transparent with the residents. It's always have been 80% of the residents there with nothing but complaints. And the number one complaint, 2 complaints. They have 2 high prioritized complaints. The residents do. When the fuck you gonna cut my tree down? And why is my water bill so high? This is the only goddamn city that I done heard where 80% is down there bitching about some goddamn water bill. Everybody's water bill is high. Turn the damn water off. Who gonna pay this? And this is the only city that I know that do not believe that there should be no inflations on their taxes. Now, let me explain that. Their property taxes, right? Let me explain to the best of my ability to do so. When it comes to you seeing that there's an increase in your property taxes, that means that if you have your home insurance, you know how you bundle it all up together, you had all that stuff, you have to go and reevaluate and speak to all of these people who are tied into your taxes on your property, because somewhere maybe the insurance went up. If the insurance goes up, it causes the mortgage to go up. They have to accrue uh, enough money into your escrow to pay your shit for you, or your shit gonna go into foreclosure. You're not making all the payments on time, right? So there, right now, to my understanding, from what I'm hearing, is pretty much the only city that is griping about the inflations of their property taxes. They don't want no increase in the water. They don't want no increase in the gas. They don't want no trees sitting out there when they needed to cut down. They thinks that because they pay their taxes, that all they have to do is pick up the phone, call the city hall, and report a tree, and expect for the tree cutter man to be out there tomorrow with no bill at all. And I'm sitting my dumb butt over here. I don't even know why I ain't made it to Dalton yet, and take the tree with me. Because the tree that's on the side of my house, these people want me to pay close to $2,800 to have it removed. I'm fist to call downtown to my goddamn public safety and city hall and tell them, hey, I done paid all this money into taxes over the last 10 years. I need y'all to come cut this tree down. For free? Yes, for free. Bitch, what do you think? Where you do this shit? They literally want everything done for, I won't say free, for the compensation of them paying their taxes. Everything. I'm like, Jesus, good googly moogly. We in the wrong city. You practically damn near can live free down there. They got help to pay your mortgage. They got, go on, what's her name? Tiffany. No, what's it? Go on Dalton Town Township. Is it Dalton Town? On Facebook. Go on there. Now, I have a cousin that you will see on the Dalton Facebook, on the township. I think it's Dalton Facebook. I don't have my other phone with me. You're going to see him on there as a scholar. Yeah. You're going to see, you'll see him. Yeah. That's my first cousin. So, and I wasn't even aware of that until I, started scrolling, like, oh, snap, that's my first damn cousin. I wasn't aware. I didn't know that he was down there, and he teaches down there. He speaks nothing but of good things going on down there in Dalton. A few videos are up and things like that, right? But I'm going to tell y'all before I go, because I'm about to lay it down. And I thank y'all for showing up, chit and chat with me, allowing me to chat my butt off tonight. Man, that just comes from me missing some of y'all. Just want to talk to y'all. So don't forget to hit the like button, share the channel, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? And don't forget to come back next time. I tell y'all from time to time again, I'm not going nowhere. I just got tied up into a new position that I am now at about 90% of having my routine with it, grasping it, and I'm at a different level that's requiring a little bit more of me. And once I get my pattern, my routine down 100%, I'm back, because now I got it. But I also have to track the night shift. So there is sometimes where I have to leave out the house a little bit earlier to either meet with something at 5 in the morning or so I'm kind of all over the place right now because I have nobody on the night shift that actually wants to take the position of the person that was on the night shift. So I'm literally running 3 shifts in the building right now. And it's been absolutely interesting and fun. There's people that I didn't even know. I was like, okay, you on, I see the names, but I didn't know the faces to put with the names because I never worked nights. I don't know these new people on nights. So getting to meet and know everybody. I'm getting ready to have a big meeting on the 28th. So hopefully a lot of them would come out. I had to prepare that. I got to call the place. I got to reserve the place. I got to do. I got to do. So there's a lot, but like I say, I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'm learning lots of more new things. To put on my resume before I die and be proud of. So I want you guys to also be proud of me. I'm just not sitting around on my ass, but let me knock this off with my finishing line by saying that I get that most of you guys probably don't watch the Dalton stuff, but I like to talk about it. So from time and time, maybe y'all can click in on it so that you guys can kind of keep up with what I'm saying and we could kind of laugh at some and talk about some of it or whatever. We're going to keep the prayers up of what's going on with R. Kelly. Puff Daddy's situation, technically, it really hasn't started yet. Right now, we're getting exactly what we got when R. Kelly was indicted. And that's going to go on for a little bit longer. And then his superseding indictment is going to drop. And then these court proceedings are going to start probably in another year. It's going to take them a while to process this and get it together. They got to line everybody up, y'all. Line them all up. So I did see on one post before I clicked on here. I don't know how true it is. The guy was on his YouTube, but I didn't click on it to listen to it. I saw his title says that Russell Simmons has now been indicted. Now, I did hear uh, two things that I want to say. I hear you. I hear pretty much everybody, if I decide to click on it, right? And I get it that um, another petition went out for R. Kelly. But I want to say this. And again, I must put my disclaimer behind it. I don't give a fuck. So anybody can say whatever it is that they want to say, because I don't care. But when you put the petition out and they ask on demand for so many to sign it, there was still more work that needed to go in place. See, it's very easy and simple for us to click on this live streams and talk and talk and talk and talk. But where was the elevation for it? Meaning that not only on here, the same way that Super Tiff Mayor is out here being broadcast and then went nationwide. Every state, every social media, main media, they're hearing about this girl. Meaning that you gotta get up off your butts when you're pushing something to go put that extra mile into it. Gotta go to work. It just didn't stop there. You got to go get your face out there. You got to go put the people behind you. You got to go put money behind you. That's the only way you're going to get in to get predominantly really what you want. So that your convincing of what should have been done on demand would have been heard amongst millions or hundreds of thousands instead of 200 and 300 people. That's just my opinion about it. And like I said, some is not going to like it. And again, I don't give a fuck. But that is the facts to it. And I'm listening to another say something about, I told you all that this here was going to happen to black men. It will go down one by one. Now, whether if it was talked about on specific black men's, okay, I guess that's all I could say about that. But if we're talking about generalizing it, then you're a little too late and a dollar damn short, because they've been doing this to black men ever since Harriet Tubman was setting free fucking slaves. So I've been trying to understand that. This ain't nothing new. And you try to make it sound like it's new, but I'm like, that shit ain't new, man. They been locking niggas up forever. But just because it now has hidden and have become more outcast and outspoken about black celebrities, maybe that's where I got lost at, into that. Maybe it was talking about the black celebrities. But now what confuses me is that how can, we say, are we saying this because of this whole RICO charge that they're able to use to indict black Americans? Or are we saying this because for a fact that black Americans should not be incarcerated? And if that's the case, then there should be nobody speaking on Puffy. What are we talking about his charges for? What are we trying to display this for? To bypass it, let it be. And hey, cheer him on. Say, let him free, let him free. However, that's why there is a court of law, as they say. But I listen, y'all. And I listen very well. And there's nothing wrong with my hearing, okay? And when I take my glasses off, the only thing that happens is that the words get smaller, and I just bring those in closer to my eyesight, and I can see them. But anywho, I hear all of this stuff. But, I just wanted to say that, a little bit. And then the atrociousness of screaming at people, that that behooves me. I just don't understand that. You, me, her, them, they, nobody in the world. No matter how you may feel about who supports him and who don't supports him, yelling at someone, that just doesn't cut it either. I know damn sure, and two for well. I said that backwards, but it still works, right? That there was like a lot of people out here in this community just didn't have the money to put in a particular type of fight that I'm pretty sure you wish you could have done so. Because that's exactly what you would have needed to do so. Not sitting on the ass, on the screen, in the comfortableness of your home, yelling at people on demand to do this, to do that, to do this. And I said this before. Hi, Cookie. How are you, sweetheart? And thanks for joining the chat, but you caught me on my retiring time because I've been talking for how long now, Shannon? I don't even know. 30, my thing say 36 minutes. That can't be right. I do too. So a lot of it is. A lot of it is. But I'm a sole believer in when you start something and you go to work, but also be that person where you're able to follow through on a whole bunch of shit that's going to need following up on. That's going to require no, a lot of your time, a lot of your finances. You need backing. You need a lot of backing. And if you think that reaching out to the general populations all the time for the particular type of backing that is needed, then you got to be out your damn mind. Because I don't think that there's many people out here that's going to say, well, I'm going to go and drain my 401k. Well, I'm not going to pay my rent for 4 months. I'll just hand that over. Where do that shit at? And that's all because we choose to depict or act like we know what another person has or capable of doing. And what I've seen in the R. Kelly community, some of them personally, and some of them by VIA, the way that they talk, the way that they move, you ain't got shit. Shit. R. Kelly needed people that actually can stand on solid rock. And they did not have no repercussions in their personal lives. Those are the people that he needed. So when I started hearing that, this and that, you can scream, we can bark, we can bite our heads off on these cameras, but you need to get up. See, a movement means a movement. That means you got to move everything, not the chair from one side of the desk to the other side of the desk. That ain't how a movement works. I've seen it. I don't know how many times I done watched the Harry Tubman. Harry Tubman show says she going to go get more slaves. Her mother and her father had forbidden it. Even the pastor that's enough. She had already started a movement. She went and set free 3, 4 to 8 of them at a time. She didn't get tired because she started a movement, and she says, I'm not done until one, my health prohibits me to continue to do so, and two, when all the slaves are free. She kept it moving. In and out of there, playing chess on them niggas. Bringing them slaves home, bringing them freedom. And she did not do it from the comfort of her goddamn seat. Good night, Petey. So I just wanted to express my feelings on that and some of my perspective and my opinions respectfully and humbly. Just pray for R. Kelly. Time does have to heal. Hope you guys enjoy and getting yourself prepared for the Puff Daddy thing. Hundreds and hundreds of titles and interviews and everything going on. Right now, they're campaigning a little bit for this whole Jaguar safety, that no harm comes towards her, because now she has finally jumped into the pot of gold, digging out Jay-Z and Beyonce. When in turn, in which they have rebutted. Go find it. It's out there. They got plenty of money to fight with. They got plenty of high power people that's probably gonna stand behind them. So when they come, um, Tiffany, super mayor down there in Dalton, good luck to her. I think that she will have the agenda to keep the community together down there and safe and everything. But unfortunately, she's caught up in the rapture of some spending on a goddamn car and some shit in Vegas, and the trustee board all went against her and blah, 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 blah with that shit. They've been in hot water and grease ever since two other mayors done been through that damn board down there as mayor. The same people kind of been around. Some of them are gone. But other than that, you guys, thanks for allowing me to come on and chit chat. And thank you guys for hanging around with me tonight. Have a blessed night. I'll talk to y'all and see you soon. Maybe Saturday. We'll see. I'm working Sunday. So, yeah, Sunday is a iffy. Sorry I missed y'all last Sunday, but I was knocked out. Knocked out all day. So, my body said rest, and I did just that. So, love you guys. Have a good night. That's right. Mr. Kelly, stay strong. Bye, Shanny Boo. And in good health. Be just fine. He says that he believes in God. He's praying. He's doing what he's probably eating better, all that stuff. He'll be just fine. He'll be just fine. He'll be fine. This was a big one, This is a big one. So, good night, y'all. Ooh, let me go to bed.